As the weather is turning colder, now is the perfect time of year to curl up with a good book. Back with us for today's page turners from the Mahomet Library is Rebecca Strom. Welcome back to ciLiving.
Thanks so much for having me.
Well, I see you have chosen some books for us today. What did you bring?
Yeah, so I thought it might be fun to highlight some mysteries today. I know sometimes when it gets colder, you like to cozy up with, you know, a good mystery story. So I brought in a few mysteries for kids, one for teens, and one for adults as well.
Excellent. So can you tell us about each of them?
Yeah.
What's this one?
So this first one is a middle grade novel called The Dark Skies Mystery. And it is a historical mystery novel about a boy named Henry who has big dreams of becoming a reporter. This book also takes place in 1942, so the U.S. is at war, and Henry is he's exploring this story for his school newspaper about these air raid drills, basically, that his city is doing. But while pursuing this story, he also uncovers this mysterious room in this famous mansion in his town, and in doing so kind of uncovers a bigger mystery that is just waiting to be solved. So it's like his big break in his reporting career. Okay,
so it's a mystery on a mystery with a little bit of history.
Exactly, yes.
Okay, great. And then this one.
Yeah, so the second one is called, it's from a series called The Curious League of Detectives and Thieves by Tom Phillips, and the first book is called Egypt's Fire, and it's about a boy named John who lives in the ceiling of the Museum of Natural History in New York City. And so what happens is this rare Egyptian ruby goes missing, and the main character is blamed for the crime. And so in an effort to kind of clear his name, he teams up with this awesome detective, and they try to work to solve the mystery.
And I'm really excited that you chose this book because Tom Phillips is actually a very dear friend of mine. He wrote this book originally when we were in college, and I marked a page because there is actually a character in this book named Jaclyn Starr, and she spells her name the exact same way that I do. So you can see my namesake is in this book, which makes me really happy. And funny enough, she's also a reporter. So
cool.
Mystery and reporters go together.
Yes.
And what about this one?
So the third one is a teen mystery. So for teens, it's called In Want of a Suspect, and it's from a series of novels that are inspired by Jane Austen. So they're mysteries kind of like taking the characters from Jane Austen's novels. And so this one follows Lizzie Bennett, and she's working at her father's law firm. And she is hired to investigate this devastating fire in a warehouse. Okay. And in doing so, she finds herself kind of grappling with danger and murder and mystery, as well as romance, all while trying to uncover what's gone on in this warehouse.
So it sounds like there's a lot going on in this one.
Yes.
Excellent. And what about this final book right here?
Yeah, so the last one is an adult novel. It's called The Treasure Hunters Club by Tom Ryan, and I have seen this one kind of compared to The Goonies a little bit.
Okay.
It takes place in Maple Bay, Nova Scotia, where people have flocked for nearly a century to try to find this legendary pirate treasure. And throughout the book, the lives of these three complete strangers kind of intertwine as they're trying to uncover what's gone on, and kind of secrets about what's buried in the sand here in Maple Bay is coming to light. So
that is really cool. Well, thank you for bringing us all of these mysteries. And I know the Mahomet Library has a lot of events going on right now. So what do you have coming up?
So actually very soon we have our annual stuffed animal sleepover. It's one of our more popular events of the year. Basically, kids can bring in one stuffed animal to the library. The stuffed animal will spend the night at the library, and we take pictures of everything that they get up to over the course of the evening. It's a lot of fun. That's going to be Friday, December 13th. The goodnight story time will be at 5:30, and then in the morning the kiddos come and pick up their stuffed animals. We'll have a story time at 9:30 and show pictures of everything that the animals got up to.
And you were telling me some of the things that the animals got up to last year.
Yes.
I feel like you fell asleep and they...
Yeah, last year I made the mistake of falling asleep. I was so tired from watching all the animals, and while I was asleep they actually spray painted my hair blue.
Oh no, shenanigans!
I know, so who knows what's to happen to this year. It'll be interesting.
Amazing. And then you also have a reading program going on right now, right?
So our Adult Winter Reading Challenge will start in January, so we're kind of gearing up for it now. It starts January 2nd, and basically for every 5 hours that you read, you get a raffle ticket for some awesome prize baskets. So this is something we do every year for adults. It's a lot of fun.
That's great. So that's a perfect incentive to cozy up and read your books and potentially win some baskets.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being here and telling us all about this. And if you want more information about either of these events or what all is going on at the Mahomet Public Library, you can head on over to WCIA's website at ciLiving.tv.